Peace friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Camelia and I create holistic lifestyle content. But today, I want to share with y'all just my reflection on 2022 and also my intentions or some of my intentions for 2023.
It's my regular, I'm talking
So, if you're interested in this, keep watching. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. So, let's get started. Let's go. So, first off, I want to start by saying that 2022 is a year that I am truly grateful for. I'm grateful for all of my experiences overall. Every single year there is something going on that I experienced that I hadn't experienced the previous year. So I'm always grateful. I always want to express gratitude for my experiences that I have. So definitely want to just take a moment to express gratitude for sure. Just overall, for breath of life, for the love that I was able to give, that I received, for my pregnancy, for being able to connect with my daughter and further build our connection and our bond. Also connecting more with family and having those hard conversations, just everything. I just want to first take a moment to just express gratitude for those things. Also, I want to express gratitude for my strength, because y'all know everybody always has, their own issues or their own problems or things that they go through in their own life. And so one thing about me is I'm always going to push through no matter what. And so I definitely want to express gratitude for my own personal strength and for all of the support that I have and that I have had just getting through 2022 all together. I just want to make sure I express gratitude for those things. So the next thing I want to talk about are the challenges that I experienced. One of the challenges that as time goes on, it seems like it gets more and more challenging is motherhood. And so my daughter Hadassah is 5 years old, and really it's just me and her like all the time. Like she's literally with me 24/7, like literally. And so there are a lot of things that I have to teach her. There are a lot of ways that I have to support her. There are a lot of ways I have to listen to her and make sure that I understand her and make sure that she feels loved and she feels heard and she feels understood, and she has a space with me where she can always talk to me and really have like some emotional support. Because even though she's a child, she has things that she goes through as well. And so one of those things for her is not having her dad in the same city. And so her having that experience, I have to really be there for her emotionally. So I have to really be there for her emotionally and mentally as well, and of course physically. But yeah, I have to be there with her while she's dealing with that and just kind of reassure her of things and remind her of things and just let her know that, everything is okay. It's okay. I understand. I feel her, because I didn't have my dad for a very long time, like the first 11 years of my life. And so I truly understand it. But for her, it's a lot different because she knows her dad. She communicates with her dad. They FaceTime, they do all these things. He visits and all that. So it's a lot different for her, but I do try to make sure I let her know, like, I understand. And, you're not tripping. I understand where you're coming from and things like that. And so just seeing her hurt in that way, like seeing her heart hurt, it hurts my heart, of course. And so that is one aspect of motherhood that has been challenging. And also, of course, as she grows, she has her own mind. Like, she has always been a child that has her own mind. She can think for herself. She's going to question things. If it doesn't make sense to her, she's going to say, I don't understand. What do you mean? Like, she's that child, she's gonna do that. And so I find myself oftentimes like learning things with her. Like when she asks me certain things, like I may not know the answer, but I do my best to go ahead and let her know, like, okay, I don't know, but let's find out. Like, and we go and we research whatever it is that she's asking me about. So it's just a lot of things that come with motherhood that I honestly was not prepared for. I wasn't taught about, and it's just really been a journey. And so in the beginning, like a lot of the mothering instincts and things like that, they really kicked in for me. Like, you know, like when you first become a mother, if you have children, certain things you may think, oh, I don't know what to do when this happens, or I don't know, but your motherly instincts, they literally kick in. And so now that she's like 5 and I have the nurturing part down pat, it's like now there's a whole nother level to motherhood that I am dealing with, that I am entering. And so that has been a challenge for me as well. Teaching her about people and how to interact with people, and teaching her about just things about the world. And you know how children, they're so innocent and they think that everyone's a nice person. Everybody is good people. They think that every person that they walk past, they're good. Like there's no bad in the world to them. And so having to teach her some of those things, especially being in Memphis, Tennessee, it's like so much going on. It's literally a lot going on. Not just in here, but other places, but all I know is my experiences here. And this it's just a lot, like as far as like crime wise, and just things I have to teach her from that aspect, like making sure, you know, you are always by me, make sure you hold my hand or hold my purse when we're walking, wherever we're walking anywhere. Make sure like nobody, if anybody is trying to give you anything of any sort, you make sure you get away from them. You make sure you tell them no. You make sure you come get me, or somebody you know if I'm not around. Just those types of things. It's like I'm at that point where I have to teach her these life things, like survival mode things. And so doing that like by myself is a challenge, because it's like, wow, I honestly wasn't taught a lot of these things when I was a child. And I guess it's because times are different. Times are a lot different now. Back then, like we could literally go outside and play all day and nobody would bother us. Like nobody would bother children. Nobody would bother us. But now these days, children can't do that. Like you got predators everywhere and just crazy people just everywhere. Just it's disgusting. But yeah, so I have to teach her all these survival mode skills and things like that. And so that's been a challenge because, like I said, I wasn't taught those things. So I'm having to learn how to do these things. But I do make sure that if I don't know something, I talk to her dad and, you know, get his opinion, get his advice or whatever. He's able to actually help us both in that aspect of guiding her on survival skills. So yeah, that's been a challenge. But also challenges within myself as well. Like I find myself, let me see, last year in like October, I think, yeah, last year of October, I found myself at a point where I was like, you know what, it is time for me to do more for myself, because I'm the type of person that I will give to others around me, and then I forget to give to myself. It's like, okay, you're loving everybody else, but what about you? Who's gonna love you? And so last year in October, I found myself at a point where it's like, okay, I know this about myself, but like you need to do something different. And so that's what I did. But this year, I found myself in a space where I did not stick to the boundaries that I created. And so that caused conflict within myself. And so that's been a challenge. And also this past year, I found myself dealing with like traumas that I have experienced in the past, and finally just kind of like getting through those, accepting those traumas, forgiving myself, forgiving others, and things like that for those traumatic experiences. And although that had been a challenge for me, like over and over and over, and it was something that I hadn't addressed, 2022, I definitely made it a point to address those things. And so I feel a lot better about that in general. And also I feel a lot better about the connections that I have rebuilt, or the connections that have improved and things like that, especially with like family. I feel a lot better about that. So those have been like my challenges for 2022. And now I want to talk more about the self-care component and like me forgetting about myself, so to speak. Like I said, last year in October, I had found myself at a point where I was focused on that. And so, you know, things happen, and what actually happened is I met my baby boy's dad, and well, not met him because we already knew each other, but started to date my baby boy's dad, and it really threw me off track. Dating like definitely threw me off my game. Like I was really focused on, you know, taking better care of myself and things like that. And so just me being just such a nurturing person, and me being, I feel like taking care of family and creating my own immediate family is a part of my purpose. That particular relationship, like, it impacted my self-care for myself in a negative way. Like it really did. And so now that that is over with, and I'm able to accept that and move forward, and I'm able to come back to my remembrance and say, hey girl, remember you were focused on self-care, and you were focused on giving more to yourself and giving more love to yourself. Like you need to continue with that, because I was in a really great space, like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I was in a really great space. And so I want to make sure I continue that journey now, like right now. Like I've already been doing things to make sure that I am focusing more on myself. I'm doing more for myself. I'm doing more of the things that I love, and I'm not putting other people before my own needs. Now I still have that challenge as far as Hadassah. It's just hard. Like when you have children, it can be so hard to like not put their needs first. But I do understand that I have to take care of myself in order to properly take care of someone else, even our children. I do understand that, but that is something that I am continuously working on. Like this has literally been an ongoing thing for like years and years and years. Like it's something that I find myself having to continuously work on and improve. And so I want to really focus on being consistent in that area, because it makes me feel so good to help others. It makes me feel so good to do for others. It makes me feel so good to give others so much love. It just makes me feel good. It's a part of me, and it's a part of, I think, my purpose. And so I feel like the best thing for me to do is set my routines and stick to my routines, and make sure I have done something for myself every single day. Like at least one thing for myself every single day. And so that is what I've been doing. I've been trying to do at least one thing for myself every single day. Whether it be I take me a warm bath at night and just play music, have my kombucha beside me, my water beside me, whatever. Also listening to music and just kind of move into the music, because I love music and I love to just move to music. Like that's just like one of those things that it grounds me. For some reason, just music and movement grounds me. It kind of makes me calmer. It relaxes me. It brings me to the right now moments. So I'm gonna do more of that, and just more loving acts for me. And even Hadassah, like she will help me. Like she helps me, and sometimes it reminds me like, Mom, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. I think you should just lay down today. I think you should use your foot soaker. Like she's able to remind me of these things too. And I'm so grateful for that, because sometimes like, you know, like I forget, like I literally forget. I get so caught up in her needs, and now with the baby and like trying to make sure everything else is good, like I can literally forget about myself. And sometimes I really don't feel like doing anything. Like I don't feel like doing anything. And so I've decided that that can just be a part of one of those loving acts for myself. When I don't feel like doing anything, when I feel like I need to relax, I need to reset, like, do it. Like, I'm going to do it and not feel guilty about it. Because for me personally, like as a mom, like I find myself like feeling guilty of certain things sometimes, like having that me time, or having Hadassah go in her room and watch something and give her snacks and just let her be, and then I go in my room. Like sometimes I find myself like feeling guilty about that because it is just me and her dad's not here, and I know she wants to like do things and spend time with family and spend time with her parents. Like she is really big on spending time with her family. Like she's big on spending time with her parents. She's big on that. And so I'm so glad that I am having a baby because now she'll have her brother for that as well. But yeah, sometimes I just find myself feeling guilty, like when I'm too tired to like play, and I'm too tired to like just sit and talk and have conversations with her. But I'm learning to just like not feel guilty about it and just do what I have to do, because if I'm not okay, like it's gonna affect her in some way. And so I'd rather not. I'd rather just take my little time to myself, take my little 20 minutes to myself, 30 minutes or whatever to myself, and let her go in her room and watch what she wants to watch and have her snack, and I go my way and relax or watch TV or listen to music or read a book. That's what I did the other day when I had her just go in her room and just give me some time. I read, and I literally read like most of that book in one sitting. So yeah, I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. So that's definitely something that I am really focused on for 2023. So the next thing I want to talk about is new beginnings. And so last night, so I don't know if y'all have thought about it. Y'all probably have. Y'all probably wondering like, what is going on under this scarf she always wears? So honestly, there is nothing going on under here. My hair is just under here looking crazy. And so that's one of those things that I have not been doing. I haven't been taking care of my hair properly. And I haven't really been feeling like it. Like my hair is short. It's not extremely short, but you know, it's short and natural. And so it's not really a whole lot I can do with it. And so when I do something to it, it's going to be a wash, condition, moisturize, and a 2-strand twist. And then a twist out when I'm ready to take it out. Or like 2-strand twist down to my scalp and just wear scarves still. And so I haven't been feeling like doing that. I've been so like tired, and this pregnancy has just really been challenging for me all around. And so I just haven't been feeling like doing anything to this. Not able to just go and pay somebody to do it at the moment because everything is just literally tied to everything else. I had a moment. I'm like, man, I want to cut my hair again. Like I have these times in my life when I am experiencing, when I know I'm about to experience something new, or I'm entering a new phase, I'm entering a new part in my life, I'm entering a new chapter, and a part of that is me cutting my hair. And so if you guys are aware, I don't know if you guys know, but that is a spiritual thing as well, to like cut your hair. It's for new beginnings. I had that moment last time where I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cut my hair again. Like, yes, I'm gonna cut my hair, and I'm going to remove all of the negative energies from this past year, and I'm just gonna refresh myself. And so that is something that I am going to do probably today. I may record a little bit, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it myself. Usually when I cut my hair, I do it myself. I just cut it, and it doesn't look too crazy when I cut it, so yeah. But I don't know if I'm gonna color it or anything like that. I may not, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to cut my hair today, and that is a part of me entering my new phase, this new stage, this 2023 point. And so yeah, I am actually really excited about that because I love to keep my hair short anyway. And also we're in a new space. We have our apartment that we're in, and it's just a lot of new going on right now. I am focusing my business on some new aspects, and I'm creating new routines. And so new. I'm like, yeah, let's do a new look. So yeah, I'm going to cut my hair as a part of this 2023 intention setting, reset, improvement. And I'm super excited about that. Super excited. So the next thing I want to talk about are boundaries. So like I said, in the past, I have created boundaries, and I made the mistake of not sticking to my boundaries. So now what I'm going to do is adjust my boundaries. A lot of the boundaries that I created, they can pretty much stay the same, but some of them I can just tweak, or I am going to tweak just a little bit. And I'm also going to identify consequences for myself if I don't stick to those boundaries. That's something that I didn't do last year. So I want to make sure this year that I create consequences and write them down for myself when I do not stick to my boundaries. So that way I know what happens if I am in a situation and it's like, okay, my boundaries are being tempted here. What are you gonna do? Like, I can remember my consequences for myself, and I'm reminded, like, get it together, stick to your boundary, don't let up on that. So I'm excited for that. I'm super excited for that because I can be a stickler. Like, if you know me, like, I like to go by the book. And so I feel like that was the component that was missing from my boundaries for me, in order for me to really stick to my boundaries. And so another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to reward myself when I am in those situations where my boundaries are being tested. And I'm going to reward myself for sticking to my boundaries. Yes, that was another thing that was missing. So I've got all the components for setting my boundaries now for 2023. And I'm excited because I need to do this for myself, and I also need to do this for my children as well. Like, it's not all about me, but I definitely need to do it for myself, and it'll in the end trickle down and affect my children as well, because I want to make sure that I am doing things that I am able to later teach them about as well, so that they don't make the same mistakes that I have made. The next thing, and the very last thing that I want to talk about, are my words of the year. So my word of the year last year was gratitude. And so I want to carry gratitude over to this year, but I'm also going to add love for my word of the year this year. I want to specifically generate more love in several ways. And so as far as gratitude, I have been teaching Hadassah. This is one of those challenges again. I have been teaching Hadassah about gratitude, and I want to continue that because that's something that it's like she gets it partially, but not entirely. And so that's something that I will continue to teach her about. Also, generating more love within myself, and also generating more love within others as well. And so, for example, in her. And she and I, we have a really good connection, a really good bond when it comes to love. And we always say, I want to give you more love, all based around love. And that's just kind of our thing, like giving each other love. And that's an expression that she says too, not just me. And that's what that's something that we share together. If she's trying to like hug me or something like that, and I'm busy or I'm doing something, and like she's kind of interrupting a little bit, she's like, Mom, I just want to give you lots of love. And I'm like, okay. And I'll pause and I'll hug her or whatever she needs in the moment. And so that's something that I want to continue with her, and I want to do more for myself. I want to generate more love within myself, for myself, to myself, all of that, as well as others around me as well. That is my 2022 reflection and some of my intentions for 2023. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same thing for yourself, because I don't know about y'all, but I find peace in reflecting on things. Typically in the past, I would reflect like every month in my journal. Like once a month, I would reflect on that month, and yeah, I would figure out ways to make improvements and go forth like that. And so for the entire year, here we are. So I really encourage you guys to do the same thing. Just kind of reflect on your past year and then create some new intentions for 2023 as well. So thank y'all for watching this video. Again, hope y'all enjoyed. If you found any of this helpful or inspiring, or if you just like what I said, or if you're connected with anything that I said, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload again. Comment below as well and let me know some of your goals, some of your intentions for 2023, because 2023, it's about you. Make it about you. Make it about you. There are several ways that we can do more for ourselves, and so I really want to encourage not just myself, but also others around me as well to really do more for you. Like, do more for yourself, because I'm pretty sure you deserve that much. Like, the past years have been kind of challenging for a lot of people, and so you deserve that much to do more for yourself. So I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, friends.